Today, I'm sharing with you this fall seasonal makeup trends and my interpretation of each one of these trends as someone who enjoys a minimalist makeup look. What makes this video even extra fun is it's a collaboration between myself and my friend Des at Beauty by Des. She has a beauty channel for mature women here on YouTube you are going to love. She is hilarious. She does fashion, she does beauty, she does lifestyle, she has a newsletter, and on top of it, she is so funny. You are going to love her channel after you watch my video on my interpretation of this season's makeup trends. Go check out hers. I'm really curious to see what she came up with. If you are not subscribed to Beyond 50 Skin, welcome. My name is Cindy. Consider doing so. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back and join our family of mature women who are thriving over 50. Complexion products are going in a completely different direction this fall, all the way from the extreme no makeup, bare skin look that some of the younger models are wearing to a satin finish. And I know a lot of you are going to be very happy to know that the dewy skin look is out. We're going for a satin finish or a barely there look, which is my favorite. I love a minimalist makeup look. Now, I know a lot of you are saying there is never a way that I'm going to wear bare skin out the door. But I'm going to give you a few tips on how you can do a minimalist look for a bare skin look and still be on trend for the bare face look. You have a couple options. One I really like to do, and a lot of you have told me you enjoy too, is using a primer. So you blur the pores, you blur the imperfections, but you still have that barely there bare skin look. This is one of my favorites. This is one by Euphoria. It just gives your skin a little blurring and a very, very sheer tint. A new one that I've tried recently is the one by Tula. This also gives that barely there look to your skin, but better. So two of these blurring primers you can see give you that bare skin look without actually going out of the house bare naked. Another way you can achieve this look is by using your concealer on the spots that you want to cover up. So I have some pigmentation here, so just lightly tapping in some concealer and then possibly buffing it out with a makeup brush, but honestly, just using your fingers in a few spots where you have discoloration, getting a real sheer concealer can be a way to achieve a barely there look, covering a little bit of those freckles on my nose, and then obviously in my under eye area, but just a touch of concealer, nothing overdone, just to diminish that red hue under my eyes, kind of that purple red hue that I get. And if you want to perfect this out, you could grab a beauty blender and really give that finished look to it, but still have that barely there, no makeup look. Maybe a little bit more for this upper lid. And honestly, this would be it. A little bit of mascara, natural mascara, a little bit of brow product, and a nude lipstick, and out the door you go. If you have red discoloration, you can also color correct with green. This is a correction palette by Stila. I'm just going to tap into the green and just lightly go over the redness on my chin and a little bit of redness in my cheek. Just again, keeping it really light, and the little red spot over my lip. Now, these products have not eliminated my discoloration. They have just enhanced the look of my spots and my redness. So you can go with a bare face look just with the concealer or just with the primer. I have a few tips for mature women who want to try this bare face look but are a little bit nervous, because if you wear a complexion product every day, you're used to looking at your skin with a more refined, more perfected look. So looking at bare skin is probably something you're not used to doing. Looking at your lines, looking at your wrinkles, looking at your sunspots. So number one, Lean into your skincare routine. Make sure you're doing a gentle exfoliation regularly and you're using an anti-pigmentation serum to help cut down on discoloration. And finally, a moisturizer. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. Skin that is moisturized looks so much better. And embrace the look. Perfect skin doesn't exist. You have lines, you have wrinkles. That's what we look like at 50. We've been exposed to the sun. We have facial movements that have created laugh lines and frown lines over the years because we have a lived experience. So you're going to be a little bit uncomfortable at first, but give it a go. Use a concealer, use a blurring primer, and see what you think. If you invest in your skincare, you're going to be creating a foundation and you're also going to feel a lot more comfortable trying out this bare-faced look. You can always reach for a primer or a concealer if you have a few spots that you want to perk up. But bottom line, our skin is beautiful at any age. For those of you who enjoy a minimalist look to your complexion products, but you're not quite ready to embrace the bare face trend, the look this fall is going to lean toward satin finished complexion products, a more refined look than that dewy, glowy, bouncy, juicy skin look that we've seen in years past. So there's a bit of a shift happening this fall. Now, don't run out and buy new foundations and new skin tints. Get your lighter foundations and your lighter skin tints, and I'm going to show you how to fix them so that they can look and have this more satin refined finish. I have the nude stick. I just went out and bought this thinking, well, I don't have a satin finish, but actually when I looked through my collection, I do. I have 2 satin finish foundations and 1 skin tint that gives a very nice satin finish. But I'm going to show you how the nude stick looks, and I'm going to apply this with my fingers. This is a traditional satin finish. I'm just going to tap it in. Now I do believe this has a touch of fragrance, which I didn't realize when I was trying it on in store. But as you can see, this just gives a nice finish without being glowy. Now, of course, you could use a beauty blender with this and buff it out with a foundation brush. Just set it in. This is the satin look that you're going to be seeing more this fall. If you're a fan of the Maracuja Tinted Hydrator, this gives a beautiful satin finish, as does the Hints foundation. These are very light formulas. Just put a small amount on, tap it into your skin, use a beauty blender, blend it out with a brush, and you will have this satin look without having to run out and buy a dedicated satin finish. Now, if on the other hand, you have the Light Reflector by Laura Mercier, which was one of my faves when that glowy, dewy look was in, what you can do is you can use your glowier skin tints and foundations, and you're going to grab a powder. Now, I know a lot of you don't like powders because they settle into our creases, but honestly, the Hourglass powders have such a beautiful lighting glow. These are their ambient lighting powders, and they come in 3 sets for different skin tones. This is number 1, and I often use the ambient lighting powder, the one right in the middle, to cut the glow on a skin tint or a sunscreen. So you can use the complexion products you have. Just find a nice kind of satin finish powder. All of these have a beautiful satin finish to them without being over glowy or glittery. And these shades adapt well to most skin tones. My new Kojin Dough Aqua Foundation also has a little bit of a dewy finish to it, not as much as the Light Reflector skin tint, but it is still a little bit dewy. And once again, I'm just going to come in with my Hourglass powder and tamp that glow down to get the satin finish for fall. For brows, the natural look is in. Fluffy brows. That is my favorite way to wear my brows. I've always been a fluffy brow girl. So put away your gels and bring out your pencils with spoolies. Now, I just purchased this. This is the one by Hourglass. I wanted to pick up the Laura Mercier because I've had so many recommendations for the Laura Mercier pencil and spoolie combination that I wanted that. But my local Sephora didn't have it, but they did have the Hourglass, and I've had really good luck with Hourglass products lately. So I'm going to lightly fill in the sparse places, and then I'm just going to fluff them up. Now, I haven't trimmed my brows lately, and I haven't tinted them. And I'm kind of glad because I'm interested in seeing what this natural fluffy brow is going to look like on me. I was just getting ready to tint my brows and I'm going to pass. So we're going to try a brow pencil and fluff them out with a spoolie. Now I'll put all the colors of each of the products that I'm using down below in the description and in a pinned comment. As always, you can find the products that I'm using in this video down below. So I'm very lightly drawing in my sparse spaces. Now I've been told that I need to pull my brow further in, and I know people have been tattooing or adding in like kind of a stenciled brow for a very squared off look, but that look is out and the natural brow is in. So I'm just going to smudge this too, just to give that kind of fluffed look. And then I'll brush them out. Now I go up and backwards just to kind of blend the color, and then I slightly bring them over and then up. And that's really all I'm going to do for the brow. Now you can make this a little bit deeper, a little bit sharper. Honestly, you do you. These are just trends. Next year, there'll be something different. So just take this with a grain of salt. If it's just not your style, it's just not your style. As I said to one of the girls in one of the local shops the other day, she wanted me to try on a couple outfits, and I was like, I don't really think, that's me. And she's like, I think this would look gorgeous on you. I'm like, at 58, I think I know what I will and won't wear. And that's kind of the same with makeup. You probably already have a really good idea of what trend is going to be easy for you to adopt and what trends you're just going to ignore. Let me get this other brow placed in, and then we're going to move on to the monochrome face. The monochrome face is basically a twist on all nudes. You're going to adjust the shade for your skin tone. For me, it's going to be a very neutral tone. I'm going to use the same color eyeshadow, bronzer, and lip color, maybe in a few different tones. If you lean more warm, you're going to use all warm shades. And if you lean more peach, you're going to grab some terracottas. So let's get going. I'm going to use my Hourglass palette to quickly warm up my face. I'm going to go with dim light all over my face and then deepen that up a bit for an eyeshadow. Basically, this is just a tweak on the nude look, like wearing all nudes, but it's a little bit more elevated because you're using shades that are a little bit deeper for a monochrome look. Dim light for my shadow, and then I'm going to come in with the radiant light for my cheek. Maybe warm up my brow a little bit. And for this look, I would just use a basic nude tone. This is the one from Sephora. And if I could tell you the color, I would, but the writing is super tiny. I'll put it right down below. So this is the monochrome look. And you create dimension by using different shades or different depths of similar colors. The blush trend this fall is to bring blush up under the eye area. For my blush, I'm going to stick with the monochrome look and just add a little bit in my under eye area. If you haven't seen my video on the under eye blush trend, I'll link that up above. Go check that out. But it really helps delineate the line and the demarcations between our more hollow eyes as we mature and our cheekbone. All right, so my blush is set in. And I just used the ambient lighting powders, and I used dim light, the same that I used for my cheek. There are three trending lash looks this fall. Baby doll lashes, where you apply a dense false lash to get your eyes to look like baby doll eyes, the spidery lash, and the fluffy lash. Of course, as a minimalist makeup girl, I like the fluffy lash best, and my favorite mascara for fluffy lashes is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. If I was going for the spidery lash look, I would use my Hourglass. This is a tubing mascara or any tubing mascara and just go a little bit heavier and make sure those lashes are really well separated. Now for the baby doll eyes, my eyes are way too sensitive and I think that look for me personally wouldn't look very good. But if you want to wear it and you're over 50, I say go for it. I'm going to do the spidery lash look on my right eye and then the fluffy lash look on my left. I love the Hourglass tubing mascara. It definitely gives a well-defined look to every lash. If you haven't seen my tubing mascara video, I'll put it up here. But I'm going to use a lash comb because I have a little bit of sparse lashes where shorter lashes are coming in and they're kind of getting stuck together. I love this lash comb. All right, and we'll clean that up a little bit later. But that gives a real spidery lash look. Now this is a look that I would wear more in the evening, but they're saying looks that we wear in the evening, this fall we should start wearing them during the day. They've done away with the rule that we have evening makeup that we wear in the evening and daytime makeup that we wear in the day. There's this trend toward bolder day looks, especially when it comes to lips. All right, I'll clean this up in just a second, but let's get the fluffy eye in place. Now, the Too Faced Better Than Sex is a longtime favorite mascara. This is just a mini I picked up because I have so many mascaras that I'm working through. Again, I'm going to brush this out. It really does help spread your lashes a little bit and give a more defined look. As you can see, this is sort of fluffy and not quite so long, where this is long and spidery. I do have one sparse area in each of my eyes. It's kind of in the similar area on each side. That's my less defined, more fluffy eyelash look. And I will clean that up before I do my shadow. The shadow trends this fall are smeary, smudgy shadows. I find this to be a really interesting trend. It's the 90s grunge look, but I'm trying to think how we can adapt it for mature women. I really don't want to go around with black grunge eyeshadow. So I was thinking that I would use a one and done eyeshadow, and this is the one by Merit, and this is in Social. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it with my finger, literally smudge it on. And that's what they say to do, just smudge. And of course you could have done your lashes after this as well. And that's really it. For the shadow trend, there's no defining your crease, cutting in your corner, highlighting the mobile lid. Basically, it's a single color shadow, smudge and done, which is perfect for my no makeup days. I love a minimalist, fast 5-minute makeup, but I know a lot of you are really wedded to doing your shadow with definition, increasing, and doing a little cat eye and highlighting the mobile lid. Don't worry, apply your shadow the way you love to do it. By the time next fall rolls around, this trend will be gone anyway. All right, let's move on to the cat eye. Is the cat eye on trend or is it out? Now, I have never been able to master a traditional cat eye, the real long one. Besides, it didn't really look that great on me. But I have adopted a very tiny little smudgy cat eye that I used for a photo shoot on the advice of my hairstylist, who is also, I did not know this before, but is a makeup artist. And he recommended making a subtle cat eye by using the eyeliner just on the outside of the eye, just kind of drawing it in, kind of smudgy, not really defined at all, and blending it up. This is a very fast, unrefined way to do your cat eye. The trend this fall is to do either this smudgy look or a very small, tiny, subtle cat eye where you come off just the end of your upper lash line and smudge it out just a little bit, like that. So the long cat eye, highly defined, is out. And the very subtle small cat eye or the smudgy cat eye is in. Lip trends this fall are all over the place, all the way from crimson reds and vampy purples to bare skin and nude lipsticks. We're going to start with the bare skin look, and this is actually from RMS Beauty, and it's called Bare. I'm going to start with that because basically it's just a very slight lip tint, more like a lip moisturizer with just a touch of tint. Matte nude lipsticks are also in, so I picked up Kim KW from Charlotte Tilbury. Just a classic matte, slightly hydrating nude lip. A really classic nude lip that works really well with the trending monochrome look that's in for this fall. On the complete opposite end of the bare lip trend and the nude lip trend are the crimson lip and the vampy purple lip. This is Ruby by Chantecaille. This might not be as crimson as some of you might like, but for me, it's kind of a cool red. So it goes really well with my gray hair. If you're looking for a new beautiful crimson lip color, I was at Sephora and NARS makes the Powder Matte Liquid Lips. And there are two colors that I checked out that are absolutely beautiful crimson colors. One's a little bit cooler and one's a little bit warmer, kind of depending on your hair color or your skin tone. Both of those are beautiful products. But I already had the Chantecaille, so that's the one I'm going to be trying today. Now, I am always afraid of a red lip. I always have been, but I've gotten a little bit bolder as I've gotten a little bit wiser. And they say putting on a red lip during the day just shows confidence and power. And that's all about what the fall trend is about, wearing your lip color throughout the day. Don't switch it up for evening, just put on your red and go. Here's the crimson red lip look. Next, I'm going to share with you my take on the purple vampy lip using the Tatcha. This is the Midnight Lily. And the purple vampy look. Now, this is not as bright as some of the purples that we saw during Fashion Week, but I don't think I would be suited to the more bright purple look. That kind of reminds me of the lip glosses that I used to wear in high school. This is a more subtle purple, which I think is much more suitable for my skin tone and my gray hair. Now, as a minimalist makeup girl, there's very little chance I'm going to wear shades that are this dark. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to adopt this trend that fits more my style. I have a crimson lip gloss that I like by IT Cosmetics. And it's more of a subtle red, and I prefer a lip gloss as opposed to a lipstick. And if I were to rock purple, I would probably choose my Power 28. This is a lip to cheek color. And it's a very sheer purple with just a hint. All the trends for this fall you can adapt to your personal style. For my lip color today, I'm going to stick with the monochromatic look and go with the beige cream lipstick stain in the Sephora collection. I actually kind of like this monochromatic look. It's very minimalist, which kind of suits me with the fluffy lash and the single shadow. This monochromatic look is completely new to me, and I don't think I would have tried it out if I hadn't done this video for you guys. It definitely suits my minimalist makeup preference. If there's some trends that you're trying this fall, or if there's a trend in this video that you're going to try, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking about the fall makeup trends that are out this year, and wishing you guys a skintastic day.